Yo! Welcome back to the channel. I'm Joey Moss, Bad Boy Gaming, and I have been getting a lot of requests to do a deck tech in Standard. Well, with the release of Dominaria, I figured, you know what? It's a pretty good time to do that. So today I'm going to be doing a blue-black deck. It's a baller on a hefty budget, but not too crazy. Let's just get right into it. I'm going to cover the land base first, just to get that out of the way. We are going to be running 4 islands. This is my first blue-black deck, I believe. Well, at least in Standard, anyway. We're going to be running 8 swamps as well. And I'm actually really excited for this deck. It's going to kick some butt. Drowned Catacombs. Got to get the dual land action, guys. We're going to be running 4 Drowned Catacombs. Good thing about it, it enters the battlefield tapped unless you control an island or a swamp. That's why we got 12 basics. So hopefully we can get around that. And just bring it right out and add an island or a swamp to our mana pool. Fetid Pool, we're going to be running 4 of those as well. It enters the battlefield tapped no matter what, but it does have cycling, which is going to be pretty helpful. We'll discard the card and then draw a card, later on. If we don't need that extra mana, this card will come in nice as a cycle and get an extra card draw. Let's get into the heart and soul. I do apologize for the quality, but it is what it is. We have Rat Colony. Rat Colony is this nasty little card in Dominaria that was reprinted. Rat Colony gets +1/+0 for each other rat you control. A deck can have any number of cards named Rat Colony. This card alone right now is going for about 70 cents. And I can understand why. This is going to be probably a pretty popular deck, especially with Rat Colonies to run it. It's only 2 to bring out, and it's a 2/1. So think about it. Rat Colony gets +1/+0 for each rat. If we have like 3 or 4 of these out, I mean, his power just gets more and more ridiculous. And it combos beautifully with Fugitive. Fugitive's 2 to bring out. Creatures you control with power or toughness, 1 or less can't be blocked. It's a 1/3. Well, our little rat's always going to have a toughness of 1. This card is going to be nasty. They're going to combo together and just make it so none of our rats are able to be blocked. Even the Fugitive itself can't be blocked. That alone's pretty ridiculous. Then we're going to run into some artifacts. Bantu's Monument's a 3-drop. Legendary artifact, only running 1 of them. Black creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. We have 23 black creature spells thanks to our rats. Whenever you cast a creature spell, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And just a little way for us to stay alive a little bit longer, if we need to get some card draw ability and get more rats out, if we haven't punished the opponent enough already. But that ability just to drain him for life, lower the cost of our rats once we do hit a big draw, which we'll get to in a second, and gain some life ourselves, pretty awesome. Throne of God Pharaoh. It's only 2 to bring out. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the number of tapped creatures you control. Because we're going to be attacking, hopefully unblocked every single turn, this card's a great combination as well. Only running 1 of each of these legendary artifacts. Let's get into our card draw. How the heck are we going to get all these cards out? How are we going to just refill our hand? Pull from tomorrow. We're only going to run 1 of them. It's an instant. Draw X cards, then discard a card. So if we get maybe around to turn 5, turn 6, this can help out for 3 or 4 easy little draws. Not too bad. So I'm only running 1 of them because it is a little more expensive. But if the game goes a little bit too long, for some crazy reason, well, we can always have pull from tomorrow. Next, I think one of the best draw cards in Standard right now, if not the best, is Chart a Course, especially with the deck we're running, where we're attacking nonstop round the clock with our rats. It's only 2 to bring out. Sorcery. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card unless you attacked with the creature this turn. So this will actually be at the end. Our second main phase, we'll be running this card after we've attacked. That way we don't have to discard anything. We draw 2 cards for 2. Sounds pretty darn good to me. We're going to be running a total of 4 of them in this deck. Got to have extra card draw ability. Counter spells. Of course, we're running blue. Why would you not want to counter stuff? We're going to be running 4 negates. It's the 2-drop counter target non-creature spell. Because we have a lot of removal up in Standard and a lot of board wipes, this card's going to come in pretty darn handy. Just pretty basic and simple. We're going to be running 4 of them, counter target non-creature spell. Admiral's Order. It is a 3-drop, but It can also be a 1-drop. We're going to be running 2 of these. It's got the raid ability. If you attacked with a creature this turn, you may pay the island rather than pay this spell's mana cost. Counter target spell. This is going to really help out, especially we just keep 1 mana aside, or 1 land aside, to tap up, just in case they're running a Settle the Wreckage or something crazy, and all of our tapped creatures just decide to get destroyed, or removed, or lessened, or whatever the case may be after our attack phase. This card is going to come in really handy. Only 2 of them, though. We're not getting crazy with them. We only have 2. Definitely going to be a huge help. Let's get into our sideboard. Fatal Push ×3. It's a 1-drop. We all know Fatal Push. The best removal currently in Standard. Destroy target creature if it has converted mana cost 2 or less. It's Revolt. Destroy that creature if it has converted mana cost 4 or less instead, if a permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn. Definitely can be handy. Great removal. We're going to have it in the sideboard, though, depending on what kind of deck we're up against. Cast Down, we're running 2 of them. I had to do it. I cannot put this in the main board in any standard deck right now just because destroy target non-legendary creature. There's so many legendary creatures with Dominaria being out now. It's going to be kind of crazy. So yeah, we're only going to run 3 of them. Disallow × 2. Maybe we just need a little bit more counters. Just a little bit more. Disallow is a great card. It's not on the cheap side, though. Same with the other. Same with Fatal Push. But counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. I figure this kind of covers a lot of bases here, so we're going to run 2 of them. It is a 3-drop, but also it's one heck of a counter ability, especially in Standard. Unreal. It's going to be sad when this rotates out. Lost Legacy and Secret Salvage. You know, I probably could have thrown these in the main board, but I was a little hesitant. I think, we're going to kind of just see how it goes in between games and matches, see how this would actually really benefit us. But Lost Legacy, this is kind of like the maybe cards you might want to include. For only 3, it's a sorcery. Name a non-artifact, non-land card. Search target player's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with that name. We can search any number and exile them. That player shuffles his or her library, then draws a card for each card exiled from his hand this way. Yeah, it could work on our opponent, but it could really work on us too. Maybe we want to get some extra card draw. We just go ahead and exile 5 rats from our deck. That's freaking amazing. We remove them and then draw 5 cards. There you go. Some quick little card draw ability. Secret Salvage, very interesting, but it's in the sideboard, and I'm just not sure of it, how it's going to play in. I mean, it sounds pretty darn good, though. We're only going to have 1 of them, but it's 5 to bring out. It's a little higher of a casting cost. It kind of made me a little nervous about it because we're only running 20 lands in the deck. Exile target non-land card from your graveyard. Search your library for any number of cards with the same name as that card. Reveal them and put them into your hand and shuffle your library. I mean, this would really combo well with that Bantus because we're only going to pay 1 for each one of our rats. I mean, we can just be dropping these like crazy. Rats falling from the sky. It's like the plague all over again. Oh, my. Seriously, though, I mean, this could really, really be impactful and probably going to close out some games. You might want to actually throw it up in the main board. But right now it's in the sideboard. I think it's a great card. I'd love to know what your thoughts and opinions are. Should it be main board? Should it be sideboard? Should it be main board? I think it probably should be main board. But you can always swap in and out cards from the sideboard and main board before you get into a game. Well, guys, let me know what you think of this deck. It's Rat Infestation. It's one hell of an annoying deck. It'll probably cost you about $80 in paper on MTGO. Right now, I'm not really too certain of the price. A lot of people might want to be running Rat Infestation. If that's the case, you can see this sucker climbing in price easily. But it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun to use this deck, so I will be having this deck up on MTGO probably within 2 weeks. I'll be playing the heck out of it, and we're going to be having some fun over on Twitch, so make sure you check that out. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, by all means, go ahead and subscribe. I love you guys. As always, PLA.